So this video is part 2 to the story I shared about finding a job or losing a job, and then vibrationally creating a job. And this is my own story of creating jobs. When I was coming out of my financial trouble and had a decent job. It was a good enough job as I was healing and getting my self-esteem back, as you could only imagine. And I knew one skill, even though I have a master's in information systems, I hadn't kept up my development skills. And so I knew HTML, and I knew that I loved HTML as a web developer, and this was many years ago, just at the dot-com boom, but that was the only skill I knew. And so I started kind of vibrating at that, and what would it feel like to work for a company and just do HTML? And I went to a job fair, and I had on my daytime cube. It was the logo for the company I wanted to work for at the time. And it was Gateway Computers. And it was my dream company. Years before, my father and I would get I'm dating myself here, which was a computer shopper, which was about this thick. And we'd flip through, and I'd look at Gateway, and it just resonated, and then it moved into my area. And so when I went to that job fair, they were there. And I go to them, and they had a lot of web developer positions, and I wasn't really qualified for that. And I was talking to the recruiters, and they suddenly said, well, we have this HTML specialist job. And it was the only one in the building. HTML specialist was what it was called. And I applied for that, and a week later got hired. That's what I mean when I share about, if you get clear about who you are and your gifts and abilities and how you can be of benefit to a company, you will become a vibrational match. They won't know why they have a particular title of a job, but it'll be perfect for you. And the more we believe into that, and the more we believe that, the more it can come to you. And then you pay attention. Like if I hadn't gone to that job fair, then I wouldn't have gotten that job. I wouldn't have known about it because it wasn't something that was posted. It just was my dream company. I knew the type of company I wanted to work for, what resonated with who I am, and I was there. And my skills were an identical match. And I was able to do this throughout my entire corporate career of growing my jobs based on who I was and who I really wanted to be in the next phase of my career. So if you have any questions about that, put it down below. Otherwise, stay tuned for another video in the Wealth Success series. I wish you abundant success.